Hello besties, welcome back. In this video, I will show you step-by-step process on how I attempted to make a hyper-realistic cake of a flip-flop. I have made this process or this class very simple for anybody to follow. So make sure you watch to the end, follow the step-by-step process, and you can recreate this simple design. First of all, print out your slippers template or your flip-flop template and use your scissors to cut out the same exact size. Now it's time for us to work on our cake. I got my cake and my cake was kind of a little bit tall, so I had to divide my cake into two. After dividing the cake into two, make sure that you place your slippers template on your cake and cut out the exact size. Now since I'm doing two slippers, that is I'm doing the left and the right, after cutting this exact size for the first leg, I need to just turn it over for me to get the left side. Now don't just carry your template and place it on the other side of the cake. No, after cutting out this excess, now let me just show you what will happen here. This is me removing my excessive cakes. After removing my excessive cake, just turn it over. Yes, you see how I turn this. I just turned it so that I'll be able to get left and the right leg, not right and right. So that's just it. Besties, please do me a favor by liking this video, share this video with your friends, subscribe and follow for more amazing videos. Thank you so much for your support. I see them all and I really appreciate. Make sure you trim your cake out properly, making sure that everything is on the same level. That is your two flip-flop or your two cake. Make sure it's on the same level. Now we need something that the cake will rest on, and I'm using a cardboard sheet. This cardboard sheet, it can be the light one, it can be the thick one. Just make sure it's the same size as that of your cake. Then apply some butter icing to it and place it under your cake, and you have gotten your cake board, or yes, you have gotten your cake board so that it can be able to rest directly on the cardboard and it can be movable. Like you can just move it around, it mustn't be on your cake board. So that is it. This is me applying some butter icing. Apply your butter icing nice, smooth and very thin. After making the first one, then go for the second one. So this is actually going well and this is actually going very simple. Please besties, just do me a favor by liking this video. That's all I want from you. Thank you so much. Now it's time for us to work on our fondant. Now I've just rolled out my red fondant and I just want to place some flower like design. This is one of my flower cutters. Now you mustn't make this design. If you don't have this particular flower cutter, you can get like a circle cutter. Just place this circle design on the main fondant and then roll it out completely. Make sure that your fondant is not too thin and it's not too thick. What I just did was that I made sure that the red fondant is still very thick before placing the white fondant flower like shape on my cake. So this is techniques, and these techniques are very important, which you can get for free, but with 12 Star Confectionery you can get this for free. So please support me by liking, sharing and also subscribing. Thank you so much. Now it's time for us to place our fondant on our flip-flop cake or on our slippers cake. So I made sure that more of the flower design is on top of my cake, and after placing it and making sure that the proportion was very right, I had to now trim off the excess fondant. Trim off the excess fondant. After trimming out the excess fondant, use your fondant smoother to press your fondant on your cake. Just press your fondant directly to your cake so that it will stick to your cake properly. That's simple, right? Yes, it is. Anyone can actually do this. That is why I always say make sure you watch to the end, and this is a step-by-step tutorials so you can recreate it after watching this video. Now I'm working on the second leg. Make sure that when you're placing your fondant on the second leg of the slippers, make sure that at least the flower proportion is at least the same with the first one. And I brought back my template, placed it and begin to make a hole. The slippers hole or the flip-flop hole where that's where that rope like something, I don't even know what to call it, but when I get there you will know what I'm trying to say. So this is me making the hole, and this is the slippers holder. Should I call this a holder or should I call this a now rope? It's time for us to make our flip-flop strap. Get your wire gauge. When you get your wire gauge, make sure is the same size as that of your slipper strap, making a space for your toe posts. Now, after making a space for your toe posts, make sure you bend it so that it can be able to enter into the hole you have made, and then separate it apart. Once you separate it apart, make sure that just size it before you use your fondant icing to cover it. As you can see, I've sized mine already and it is well sizable and it is okay. Now it's time for us to place our fondant on this wire gauge. This wire gauge, you can get it from any cake shop or any baking shop. Just tell them you need wire gauge and buy the smallest size. You don't need the big size, that's the big gauge. Just buy the smallest gauge so that it will be very flexible for you to use. And this is me working on the flip-flop strap. I want to use white fondant instead of red, and I applied some water. Just apply some a little bit of water on the first strap, and also when you apply the water, then place the strap on your wire gauge. That's on the first, on the other side on your wire gauge. Then get another fondant and place it under the wire gauge. This actually gave me a little bit of tough time because the wire gauge is very flexible and it's kind of a little bit curved. So I was trying to follow all the look and crannies where the wire gauge was showing, making sure that my fondant covered it. Actually, I know that to some point I'm meant to use like a foil to cover this wire gauge, but since this is just for a tutorial purpose and no one is consuming this particular fondant which I'm using to cover on my wire gauge, I just left it like that. But if you're making it for a customer, make sure that you cover it with foil before covering it with your fondant. And this is me putting in some fondant on the toe post. Yes, I applied a little bit of water into my slippers cake or my flip-flop cake and placed it inside my cake. This is actually simple. Just place it to the towards the hole, and that is all. If you are able to follow this simple step-by-step process, you will get this. This is actually very simple, and I'm just using one of my modeling tools to make sure that everything is intact. Please, besties, do me a favor by liking this video, share this video with your friends, subscribe and follow for more amazing videos like this. And make sure that if you have any questions, I'll be at the comment section to reply to your questions and just to reply to your questions. That's just it. Then get your mold. This, I got one of my flower mold and just had to get out a little bit of flour to put at the strap of the slippers. Yes, where all those point where the strap and the toe post met, that's those joints. I had to put the flowers there. You can get any design and put on your cake. And I had to also put some tissue under my slippers or flip-flop strap so that once it dries, it can stand erect perfectly. And this is how I made a hyper realistic cake of a flip-flop or a slippers. I hope you got value in this video, and if you did, I would love to see your comments in the comment section.